So we've been talking about like games and like franchises going on for too long and not ending off like on a high note or something like that, right? They basically try to milk this shit dry. GTA 5. But a game that did take a 3-year hiatus and actually ended up coming back strong, Assassin's Creed, now is having a game that's set to be announced and or released in September. Now, they changed the formula from the typical Assassin's Creed that we all grew up playing from 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood, etc., right? And then they came out with Origins, which was a fantastic fucking game. And then they came out with Odyssey, which was dope as well. And then they came out with Valhalla, and that one should have been sent to Valhalla because they lied to us all saying that the game was going to be shorter just for it to still be like a 300+ hour game. So I don't know what definition of short Ubisoft got, but that ain't it. But continuing on, since this game's getting announced, what would y'all want to see and or hope to see from Assassin's Creed at this point?
I would like for them to stop being technical, because technically the Valhalla was technically shorter than Odyssey. Technically.
Bullshit.
No, the reason I say technically it's shorter than Odyssey because to beat the full game is like 2 hours less. So technically, it is shorter, but not by much. So I need them to. We love having a game with a lot of content, but I need them to relax. You don't got to put that much content because we're gonna be honest, it's a lot of rinse and repeat. You don't got to put all that in there. Just give me a good story. Give me some. You know what I want what games to do? What Ghost of Tsushima did. Because their side missions still kind of tied into the story. Instead of it just being like how Ubisoft usually does it, just some random side mission, just one off. You ain't never gonna meet this person again.
Not never.
Like Ghost of Tsushima did side missions perfect. So I need them to take from them. Just steal that whole idea. Steal the whole thing. Debo that shit.
The whole shebang.
Yeah, go ahead, Debo that, and I'll be happy.
They're not finna do that.
I know they're not going to, but I wish they would.
Oh no, that will require character development. The reason why Ghost of Tsushima could do it is because technically that was their your side character's character development, who also helps you at the end.
But that's what I mean, because they usually that's what I was talking about. Usually they give you side missions that don't mean nothing. I liked Ghost of Tsushima because it actually meant something to the story.
I need to replay that again. It's about that time.
No.
Game is fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's the biggest thing, because that can cut down on so much, because they can't put that much meaningful stuff in.
Would you want to see like ninjas? Because we've been asking for that specifically, because Assassin's Creed would fit that 100%. Perfectly. For like the longest time, and we've yet to get it. Yeah.
Ninjas.
Can I knife niggas? Can I knife niggas within the first 15 minutes like normal?
As long as they're not Naruto ninjas, I'll be happy. I want them to go back to actually being assassins.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to be able to knife a nigga and not have to go acquire some shit so I can knife a dude. Like,
why is the game easier to play gung ho than it is to actually play the game how it's supposed to be played? A lot easier for me to just run up in places and just kill people versus trying to assassinate everybody and not get caught.
I mean, shit, that was the charm of the first 3 Assassin's Creeds, was the fact that like if you tried to go in and fight everybody 40-1, you're gonna get jumped and it's pretty much wraps for you. Like that was like the whole thing. Like you're an assassin, you don't want to be seen. And it was like in these games right here, it was like, you know, nah, fuck all that. You feel me? Like go in there charging, go in swords blazing, and you know, kill 40 people instead of like assassinate like a couple core people and then, you know, do what you got to do. Like they really did stray away from like what made Assassin's Creed and that in that aspect. Yeah, because remember it was big news that you could one-shot people with the hidden blade in Valhalla.
Yeah,
because they got rid of it in the past 2 ones. It's like that was like the whole
point. Upgrade
it
to one-shot people.
Yeah, and it's like, wait, what? Like that's like the whole point of the hidden blade. So literally one shot.
That shit was terrible.
It was. It didn't make no like logical sense for them to do that type of shit, but you know, hopefully they get together. K-Dog, what you think about Assassin's Creed?
Make ass Creed great again.
He provided his 10%.
I know I'm saying, I'm for real, like, bro. Basically, what y'all been saying for real, like, I ain't touched Valhalla. I'm not gonna lie. The last one I played was which one? Where it was in Egypt?
Origins. Damn.
Yeah. Ash Creed, we was kings and shit, bro. Last one I played.
You played. At least you played a good one. At least played a really good one.
Definitely the last one I played.
Origins was. I'm not gonna lie. That story was fantastic. That story was fire.
I would like to see one with like actual ninjas. That'd be fire.
So fire.
That's what we've been wanting.
It's a lot you can do with that if you did it the right way.
That's exactly what we've been wanting for like the longest time, because it's literally Assassin's Creed. Like, you're an assassin, so like all that sneaking around shit would make perfect sense.
So y'all drop games. Can y'all only DLC just stop being cosmetic stuff that don't do nothing? Also, please. That's it. Do better.
We've been telling them to do better for years. This is at this
it's
point.
Not gonna happen, bro.
At this point, because ain't that the same company that gave us Watch Dogs Legion?
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, no, I don't trust them. No more. Bitch said "Brrrt" to me in the first 13 minutes. No, I'm good.
Bitch said "Brrrt" to me in the first.
Chirac.
I mean, you know, Chirac Simulator.
Way better game, by the way. Now, what was the name of that game though? The little Steam game we used in Chicago.
Chirac Simulator.
Is it Chirac Simulator or like Chirac? It was something Chirac, and like it was
way better than Watch Dogs.
I want to play Watch Dogs. I still haven't got to play Watch Dogs 2 yet. That's still like on my list. But I
haven't played it.
I haven't.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't got around to it.
Watch Dogs 2 is definitely the best one. Watch Dogs Legion is honestly worse than the first one.
I heard that shit was a letdown.
We don't talk about it.
I heard Legion was pretty bad. And the crazy part was the way that they was like marketing it. It seemed great on paper, like you could control whomever, and they have like abilities. Like on paper, that sounds good, but you know, Ubisoft going Ubisoft and drop it. Because to this day, I'm mad that we've never got a proper Unity.
I just want to say, y'all showed us that old lady and was like, "That's it. That's all we got for you."
They showed grandmas and everybody like, "Oh my god, this shit's fire."
It's an old British lady. Oh shit.
She did have the big Glock though. I'm saying RIP John Witherspoon. Bang bang.
I just want to say I never even wanted to play. Even at seeing that, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing.
I wanted to, only because it seemed interesting. Like, you was able like to craft your own team or like have like your own like team. That seemed dope, but it was like the execution, because like I said, I want a proper Unity. Like our four ignorant asses, fucking, or me, like us and like Kenny and shit like that, playing Assassin's Creed, nigga.
Oh man, I definitely get busted the fuckers all over.
And I think that was like, I think Rambo's biggest concern about that game was like when we saw it as like, what's the story gonna be if you're gonna have all these different characters?
I ain't gonna lie, a giant ass co-op Ash Creed would be hilarious.
It would
It'd be so good.
Because then like the whole, because like the thing is, what I don't understand is, right, we have a game like Siege, right, fantastic team-based shooter where you know you literally have to like plan shit out for real, like as far as like your plan of attack and what you're gonna do. You can do that with Assassin's Creed, because I can only imagine like the possibilities, like how many different ways to approach a specific mission type or like assassination. Like if it's heavily guarded, if it's not as heavily guarded, if he has, you know, if like they have like an alarm or whatever, so you gotta, you know, worry about that. All type of shit that they can do, and it's all like, nah, it's all just side missions. Like I want to know who greenlit that. I really do want to know. Like, I just want to know who didn't think that the way we're marketing this is like, I've said it, the Ninja Turtle version of Assassin's Creed. I want to know who's like, yeah, nah, fuck all that. Like, side missions only. They gonna care about the single player story. Because then what made it worse, the single player was glitchy as hell. That's when people had like the faceless glitch. Motherfuckers like was falling through the map randomly. It was a whole bunch of problems that could have been one, could have been avoided, and two, for as terrible as it sounds, we know for a fact that folks give like multiplayer some slack when it comes to certain shit. So like it would have got slack for like some of the glitches and whatnot. But because the game was single player, it's like, dog, you mean to tell me you was focused on one person playing this and you couldn't get that right? Like, it's inexcusable. Like, I would want to see a ninja. Like, I would want to be like in Japan or whatever, because they could literally use like the story. They could use the typical story that we know about ninjas and whatnot. Like, they're common folks, they're like farmers and whatnot, but they had to find a way to fight like the samurai and shit like that, right? Do something about that. Tie it into history, like the story that was never told. Just give us something other than what y'all gave us lately. Because I'm not gonna lie, Valhalla made no sense as far as Assassin's Creed goes. We're being honest. Got Vikings.
Assassin's Creed ain't made sense. We were Spartan.
Like, well, there was that. It was definitely Spartan kicking bitches. And it's like, if they want to keep like the whole magical element that we've had too, like they can keep that. I actually think that's kind of dope. But it's like, come on, give us some more meat potatoes on this. That does not require 300 hours. Please, God.
You know what's crazy? If you know anything about like that culture, there's a lot of different things they can do. Like they could do poison hand.
Oh yeah. Awesome Baki shit.
Poison hands. They can do different types of technically jutsus, like some actual vanishing shit.
Like literal smoke bombs.
Yeah, literal smoke bombs. They can do a lot of different stuff with ninjas. There's a lot that they can do there, and they just don't do it. And I think it's just because they would. I feel like they would easily fuck that up because they wouldn't go as in depth.
Yeah, they'd probably be lazy about it. Because another problem that would be, and another reason why, what's that game? Ghost of Tsushima was so dope was the fact that, like, for one, the enemies were terrifying, and like if you was like in the wrong hood, that's your ass.
We all saw that video. That man walked into the wrong stronghold and got juggled by arrows for like a whole minute. That's
what I was saying. Like shit like that. The enemies were mostly to a degree were pretty smart about like how they would attack. Like they would all like try to jump you. Assassin's Creed, they all come down like one corridor, one by one, or like they all attack one by one. Like, I just hope this next one, because it's supposed to get like announced or like revealed in September, like of this year. So hopefully they show us something, because I'm not fully burnt out on Assassin's Creed. I haven't played enough of it in recent memory to like get burnt out, but like I don't need just another filler type game with no like thought. You feel me? Like that's just me though. And Assassin's Creed got like too big of a fan base and way too much history to put out some bullshit at this point.
All I'm gonna say is you better be careful with that launch.
Yeah.
Real careful with that launch. PlayStation got a lot of bangers coming out next year. They better be real careful with that launch.
Oh yeah, because next year that's like when all the fucking games supposed to be coming out for one, and then two.
Spider-Man is supposed to be coming out. I think Wolverine is also supposed to be coming out. Be real careful with how you do that. God of War is supposed to be still coming out this year.
And
they lucked out with that one. Dude, did you really just drink 2 bottles?
And then on top of that, though, like you said, like the games are like coming out next year, so like it'll be easy to drop Assassin's Creed in a heartbeat.
Well, not if they do it wrong. Not if they try to drop it with some shit that ain't got no business dropping it with.
No, he's saying it's easy to like drop the game for something.
Oh yeah,
ain't nobody going. Like Spider-Man, Wolverine. There's like a couple more that's supposed to be dropping next year. So like motherfuckers gonna be all like, I ain't gotta play this bullshit. So they got to do it right. Like they've kind of gotten lucky because most of the time like they kind of drop their games like around like the Christmas time and shit like that. So it's like, oh well, hey, Origins, Odyssey, 4, whatever. But when you dropping that bit, like when everything's supposed to be dropping next year, you don't get that luxury of just being like a release game for like the console or something like that. Now you got to come correct.